Hey to all those sick and vibrant health. It's Dr. Rachel Northern, and it's my monthly talk, and we are talking about finishing the year strong. And this is top 10 of tips for healthy holidays and end of year, and just trying to make sure you just go the distance. We'll start with number 1. Don't sweat the small stuff. So we just had some technical difficulties. So we started a little later than we wanted to, but that's okay because we got the computer working and everything how it's supposed to. And, it's like it is what it is. This isn't brain surgery. Nobody's going to die if we don't start on time. So you have to just let it roll off your back. But you need to focus on the bigger picture of what's going on in the holiday season. If you didn't get that particular ingredient for a special casserole or whatever's missing, in this array of what you have this perfect picture in your mind, how things should be, then you need to drop it. Just let it go and just be present. That's the main thing. Making sure that the most important thing is being there with your family, sharing precious moments. Time is very important with each other. We've learned this the last 2 years of just making sure we spend that quality time with each other and making sure it's a good time, not just on our phones doing TikTok or all our social media things. Actually be present with each other. That's the main thing. So if things don't go exactly according to plan, just drop it and move on and see how you can make, that lemonade out of lemons kind of situation. Number 2, breathe. All the time I'm asking patients on the table to just take a deep breath and breathe. Don't let all the stress and the demands get to you. When you feel yourself starting to get keyed up and wind you up, I just stop. Maybe in between shopping, when you get in the car, maybe just take that time to sit there and just take some nice deep breaths, because that just kind of resets your whole nervous system, helps you put it in a more calm state. When you're focusing on your breathing, it helps your mind get in a better place so you can make better decisions. So just make sure that you just put your hand on your belly, breathe into your diaphragm. I teach this to patients all the time. Most people breathe up top with their shoulders. Make sure you're nice deep breath at the diaphragm. Hold it for a couple seconds and breathe out. It's gonna just reset you, make you feel a lot healthier, a lot more focused. Number 3, organize. Try to be more organized. Make the list before you go out so you don't get distracted by the shiny objects on sale. So make the list and try to stick to the list. That'll help you just go a little bit smoother. If you just go up there haphazard and not really knowing what you're buying, it's going to be a little bit harder to do. Even if you're shopping online, which most people are doing nowadays, make the list. So that way you're staying focused online as well, because they are very good about throwing little ads in your face like, oh, you like this, maybe you like that, and you go down this rabbit hole. 15 minutes later you're looking at some cat socks that you really didn't want in the first place. I've been there, so try to not do that. Writing it down really does help. Also, think about right now, towards the end of the year, setting your goals for next year. I had one patient going, I'm back at the situation. I said, I wouldn't do this to myself this year, and here I am again at the last minute shopping and last minute getting things together. And I said I was going to plan on doing it earlier. So go ahead and maybe put it on your calendar for November, 1st or something, to start your planning for Christmas then for next year, so you're prepared, so you don't get behind the horse this time, or for 2022. So, or your next year, if you're talking about this later. So make goals, set some times, kind of keep track of what you did and what you didn't do. I am notorious for double buying, because I forget what I bought for somebody already, and so if I keep track of it and have it written down, and then I know, okay, I already got them checked off. I don't need to buy for them again. I can move on. So then I'm like, oh, well, I guess we'll save that for their birthday. So just like making sure you keep track. The more organized you are, the better it's going to be. You know, maybe try to get a notebook or have the little apps. Like I love that notes app on my phone, and I have categories for all kinds of things in my life, and especially when things pop up in my head in the middle of the night and I don't want to write it down on paper, I can hurry up and type it in there and I know it's there. And another cool thing I found out, which you probably all know because you're probably more tech savvy than me, that I can actually print from those notes, which so it's cool. So like if I have like my packing list for vacations, for example, and it's nice because I can just, my phone connects to the Wi-Fi on the printer and I can print my checklist off that I keep on my phone in my notes, and I can just check it off then. So little tip there. Tip number 4, delegate. You don't have to do it all on your own, folks. I'm very good about passing the buck, especially my wonderful office manager, Karen, just was helping me with some stuff with my kids. And so I'm like, oh, please help me with that. I'm seeing a patient in 5 minutes. So it's okay to make assignments. I have a big annual Christmas cookie exchange every year, and I don't cook for the whole thing. People bring their hors d'oeuvres. Everybody's got like what they bring every year. They bring different cookies. They bring certain dishes that we all expect. So I'm fine with sharing the load with that. So it's okay to put assignments on people too. If you say, I can't get to that, do you mind taking that? At the same time, if somebody tries to delegate something to you, it's okay to say no, which I think we talk about a little bit later in this talk. It is amazing how if everybody kind of shares the load, there's awesome things can happen, and it doesn't have to be so stressful. Tip number 5, like I said, accept help. Sometimes, you can have a meal catered. I have a lot of patients that had Thanksgiving catered this year because they didn't want to cook, and they ordered, either from a grocery store that does that kind of work, does the Thanksgiving meals. I have a restaurant up the street that I think she sold like 200 Thanksgiving meals this year. And so it was great because she got to do it all. People were happy. They came and picked up their turkeys. They didn't have to worry about all the hustle and bustle of cooking and worrying about having your turkey cooked all the way, and everything was good. So if that's good. Also, you can hire people to decorate for you. You can hire people to help you clean. Maybe you're doing a little bit more deep cleaning. You can have all kinds of different resources out there. There's people that help you organize too. So tap into other resources out there. It's okay to ask for help. Let's say you don't have money to pay for someone to do that. You might have a friend or two that likes doing stuff with you like that. So ask if they're willing to help you with those kind of things. Tip number 6, don't forget to have fun. Do something every day. Now's the holiday music, dance a little, play a little. I like to get out coloring sheets, and I have a candy cane coloring page right now that I'm trying to work on. And so I'm just making sure to have fun and just enjoy this season. Sing out loud your Christmas music. And don't forget, just stop and just enjoy it. Tip number 7, choose wise foods. So, yes, we have all the sugar, all the chocolates, all the cookies. So just making sure that you're getting those salads, those vegetables, those whole, foods and those fruits. Definitely make sure you're getting the proteins in this time of year. You don't want to just go on all sugar. Yes, it's okay to treat yourself. But if you actually eat healthy, you're not going to eat as much junk. If you actually are eating the good meals, you'll should feel pretty satisfied. So it's okay then you only feel like one cookie instead of the whole cookie tray. So why don't you eat those? Make sure you put those good foods in first, and then also making sure you're hydrating. Like where we're at in the Midwest, it's getting cold. We lose a lot of water through our lungs, breathing out, and also through our skin. So making sure to drink your water, at least trying to get to your 8 glasses or more through the day. And I still advise trying to drink throughout the day and maybe not drink as much with meals to help your digestion. Tip number 8, don't forget to get your rest. So making sure that your late night shopping trips aren't going too late. Make sure you're laying down, getting some sleep. Make sure you're shutting the TV off at a good time so you can just lay down and breathe and get some rest. If you need some help with some lavender, like those kind of things to help you just kind of relax, to help you get to sleep, go ahead and do those, like essential oils. And also make sure you put like downtime in. Make sure you are not just using up all the weekends and all your spare time, these planning and doing these things. Make sure you put some time in your planner or your calendar of like, I'm not gonna, a couple hours this day, I'm not doing anything. I'm just gonna rest. Rest is important. We need it. God rested on the seventh day. I don't know why we think we don't need to rest. So, tip number 9, focus on what you can control. So unfortunately, they say majority, 80+%, 90% in some studies, say most of the stuff that we are freaking out and stressing out over are things that we have no control over. So why don't you go ahead and just focus on, okay, can I do this? Am I in control of this situation, or is something you're not control? Like, make an evaluation when you get into a situation. Like, okay, you can't control it. You need to let it go. You need to move on. If you can control it, then do what you need to do. Let it go. We need to also, part of this thing is about setting boundaries. This time of year, we're around a lot of different family members or other people that we necessarily not click with. And it's okay to have boundaries. Or I read an article talking about having like a good phrase to say. It's like, oh, I'm going to agree to disagree, and let's move on from that. Or I also had family gatherings where I had like a safe word, like when a topic came up that could get racy, be like, okay, safe word, like, okay, it's, Christmas or whatever you want to say the word and be like, hey, time out. Let's talk about something else more neutral, and shift that conversation around. Like, we don't need to talk about that. I'm sick of talking about that. I've had that conversation a lot where people start to deviate. I'm like, I just don't feel like talking about that right now. Can we talk about how your last vacation was, or something that is going to be more a positive thing to talk about? So making sure you set those boundaries and not let yourself get dragged into some nastiness. And if there's things that you just can't, like we said, control, you can control yourself of removing yourself from the situation, or saying, I'm no longer engaging in this, and walking away. So just be mindful of how you are doing, how your mindset is doing, and don't let other people make you feel bad. That's the main thing. Make sure you're standing in your health and your truth, and enjoying what you want to, and then sharing the love and loving on the other person in a respectful way. And the next thing, take care of yourself. This is a great time also to, ask for the things you actually want. People are asking you what kind of presents you want. It's like, hey, massages are a great thing. I like to give out massages, and I like to receive gift certificate massages. I will happily cash those in. I won a gift certificate at like a chamber event a couple months ago, and I was so excited. I'm like, oh, I'm definitely using that. So it's great that we have those things. Also, you could try to make sure to make appointments during this time. As I'm in my office here, it's kind of interesting. We have some people that make sure they take care of themselves. Actually, I don't usually see them until this time of year, and they're actually falling apart at the end of the year, and they're coming. And then I got the ones that are canceling because they're too busy and not taking care of themselves. So it's like this weird thing going on, musical chairs of appointments in the office here. So I suggest to try to take care of yourself all year round. So don't just give up on yourself at the end of the year, and don't just all of a sudden focus on yourself at the end of the year. So you should be always trying to be focused and mindful of how your body's doing, what state you're doing physically, mentally, and emotionally. And it's okay to ask for what you want this time of year, because people are asking you what you want anyway. So go ahead and do that. So, like I was saying, schedule your adjustments, schedule your appointments for your healthy parts of your everything you need for yourself. And that is my 10 tips for finishing the year strong. And Dr. Rachel Northern, I do have a book on Amazon called A Journey to Vibrant Health, which is a great gift for somebody that you know is into health. And I do have other videos on my Facebook page, so if you want more interesting things about detox and other diets or other ways of healthy mindset, you can check those videos on my Facebook page, which is Dr. Rachel A. Northern at DC. So thank you.